You know, get your eyes on that out there if you can. Is that biking in around the corner, man? You probably can't see it very well. Man, he's good with that gooseneck. Let's go out here and see what it is, man. See what it is. Oh, look at that. Different truck, same trailer. Well, if it isn't my good friend Otto, come to get Flatbed Frank, because he bought it.
On the show, on the Chat Digging YouTube channel show.
Move this thing back. I wasn't sure. I should have this thing moved back before. I wasn't sure if he would want to move it or not. So I guess we'll see what he has to say. What's going on? What's that?
I should have pulled it on ass backwards.
Well, you can spin back around if you want.
Yeah, I'm already facing this way.
Oh shit, that's too much for you, ain't it?
That's too much gas, man. That costs gas.
Yeah.
You know,
You think your winch is long enough for that?
Oh man, that winch, I can stretch it to the end of the dead end, man.
All right. Well, good deal.
That's if the battery's good.
Oh geez.
I ain't charged nothing up, man. I ain't got no time.
Yeah. Sounds like it. You got a leaky hub?
What's that, bro?
You got a leaky hub?
I overfill them.
Oh, okay.
When I took that dozer down there, I made sure I filled them up.
Right on.
Better be safe than sorry.
That ain't no shit.
Man, I flew over here, buddy.
I wondered.
Hey, am I taking these squirrels with me?
There shouldn't be any in there since I moved it, to be honest with you. I think everything's gone.
I don't want to taint my squirrel genes over in where I live at.
Well, it'll be all right. You want some of those welder gloves?
Nah.
Well, don't burn your hand again.
Oh, I ain't doing that shit. I had to drive my sister's truck. K100 though. I put on here on a thing about a month ago. I think it's going bad again.
That truck?
Yeah. A rebuilt manufactured Mexican alternator.
From where?
From Mexico.
Napoleon or Napa? Did you get from Napa?
AutoZone. They gotta learn how to rebuild that shit or something. I don't know.
You want me to get in the truck and steer it?
Oh yeah, you can put that thing anywhere, can't you?
Yeah, pretty much. That's a pretty good view, I'd say. Right down in front of Frank. You want me to get in the truck and steer it?
Yeah, you get her, bro. You can say you drove her. Jump it, man. You're in the marathon now. Here we go. put a chain on the back and pull it forward and tighten her up. Yeah, hold on a second, though. Hold on a second, buddy. Hold on. Let me slap this chain around it. Now I'm going to tighten her up. Oh, man, look at this big old farm hitch on back here. Holy moly. Go.
No. Yeah, you like that big hitch there?
Oh, yeah, that's heavy duty, brother.
Well, somebody used this thing for something. Oh, you tight.
Yeah, I got the shit when it comes to doing this stuff, don't I, buddy?
Yeah. Well, yeah, for something light like this, think about it. This was nothing compared to them semis and shit.
I know.
There's,
Is the keys in it?
yeah. You might want to get up and close the hood.
Oh, yeah, I don't want the damn hood flopping.
Nope.
Hell, that's a good hood. Wow. Hey,
Well,
got a little rust on it, but it's good for what it is.
yeah, for being as old as it is, it's not bad. It's better than these doors.
What's up, little six popper?
I don't think there shouldn't be anything in there because I had went through and I blew everything
Put a lot
out.
of new parts on this thing.
Yeah, it's got the battery will need
Motor
charge and shit.
regulator, That's starter.
Yeah, somebody was doing stuff to try to get this thing going, but
Hell,
you,
I might end
the
up just
two
putting
barrel-
manual brakes on it. All you gotta
You
do is
do
push
whatever
this
you
damn-
want to,
push
dude.
this damn rod in.
do whatever you want to. You just got to get a linkage up hooked up
put
to
the
there.
Flintstone brakes on it.
But yeah, your
but
carburetors leak. Get you a new two barrel carburetor and get that thing spooge out gas or rebuild it. I'm sure you could do that.
I ain't rebuilding shit.
Ain't rebuilding shit.
Watch your beer, buddy. Trying to lock
Bring
her.
the can. There you go.
Lock
Bring
her
the
down.
thunder.
Leave the critters.
Yeah, there you go. Flatbed Frank's got a new home.
Hey, where's that wing at? I want to
Going to Otto. That's where we're at today. Progress report. See what we got going on. It's noon. It's nooner. Liquid lunch. Got all these on here, bolted on, corks in. Threw a little bit of lube up where I butted the corners up because I'd bolt the whole strip all the way down here, and then I'd put a little chunk right here because that's what we're working with here. Those all look nice. Everything pressed in there well. You know, got some spitting out the side, so that's good, but everything is nice and smooth. No gaps in the cork that I can see. Took Baby Chachi, went around, you know, just hand tighten stuff at first, then hit everything with Baby Chachi, and then got Big Chachi out and gave a couple ugga-dugga real quick just to make sure everything's tightened up and stuff. So that should be it should be all right. And getting ready to flop it up here on a Cushman. So I can get it on the bed and start doing the top side. The only thing I did was I pulled these out and painted them before I did anything. Then Otto came, we did the whole truck thing. I put these on backwards, but it's okay because all the bolts are exactly the same on both sides, so that's pretty much just a universal piece. I think that's just one that can be used on any side, so it's not that big of a deal. So I'm gonna get the thing flopped up into bed, which is not gonna be easy, but I'll get it up there, and then I'll start working on the top, putting the top, and then do the sides, get the sides on and stuff. because the one side is, you know, this little shroud thing with the hose and whatnot, and then the other's just the fan. So I'm not worried about hooking that fan shroud up. And then maybe if I'm lucky, we'll be able to go and set it. We'll get her set in the truck sometime today. That'd be nice. But I am gonna have to run to town because I'm using the new bolts from the kit that came with that other one, and there's only 40, so I'm gonna be short about 8 because it's 44 on each, so I'm gonna be short 8. So I'm gonna run up to the Menards probably and grab some more of those. But other than that, that's what's going on for today. So hopefully we'll have it in there soon, sooner than later, but we'll see. So you remember how I said I broke this guy off right here? We'll get you closer once we get this taken care of. But I broke this guy off right here. So I cut him off with a cutoff tool. I cleaned him up, then I drilled him out. Well, now there's this piece that's welded under there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut as much as I can back off of it, because then I'm going to break it down, because I can't get anything up in there and or bolt, because there's this little piece of garbage up here, which I'll get your eyes on that real quick. This is what's going on right here. See him right there? I don't think you can see it. It's not light enough, but there's that piece right there. It's probably too dark. There you go. See that piece right there? Right there? Yeah, that's hanging down because that was the top of the old screw. So I'm going to take the cutoff tool and I'll go in there like that at an angle, and I'm going to try to whack him down. That way we can get something in there, because I need a bolt or something, and I got a couple flat ones, but they just won't go up in there. So I'm going to try to do this carefully. I feel like I cut a section off there. Okay, so I did. I cut a chunk off. Now that's probably all hot as fuck, because that's just melting through the bag, that piece. But I might be able to go down there now with something and pry it with a flathead or something. I don't know. Okay, we're all just going here off of thoughts and prayers, hopes and dreams and things like that nature, because we got to make her happen. We're not running out of time because we don't have a time crunch. We don't really care, remember? Told you that before. Time is of the essence. We can do whatever we want to. That thing can sit out for the next week or so. Doesn't really matter to me. All right. I can't really see nothing. Okay, so we didn't really do shit because we're still on there on that weld and stuff, so I don't know. I may have to get that thing back out and start hacking on it again to push it back and break it off some more. Because there's a big section in there, and I mean, if I could just get it broke off enough, I'd be straight, but I don't know, I'll start banging on some things and get some things in there and start banging on some things. If I would have been smart, now I thought about this afterwards, if I'd have been smart, I got this whole kit out here because I had to sex these up, these two that are already sticking out, because this whole situation is managing. So I got my stuff out, my threads, I rethreaded that, that's fine, both of those are fine. And if I'd have been smart, I would have tapped that with a smaller one, then I'd have ran a new bit down in there to where I could have just ran a screw from the opposite side, you know. But the only problem is this tank neck is here, so when I drilled down I kind of caught him a little bit, but it's what it is. So I guess we'll keep on messing with it here. We'll see what we can do. Whoa, what's going on? Little spin there. We got her all rebuilt here. We got a rebuilt radiator. We still got to put the crap on the sides here, but other than that, she's hanging. That way I can back the Cushman up, I can lift the bottom up, throw it in there where I need to, drive it back under, and then unhook all the stuff, because it's way too heavy right now with everything for me to lift it onto the Cushman. The only reason why I got it off before is because I had taken things off. Basically that top thing is it's just so big and heavy and awkward right now that this is what's going on. I got her just hanging there, so once I back it up I'll throw it on there. But I'll probably throw on this stuff real quick on the side here, and I may not even put these down. This is for the shroud, but or I'll wait, I don't know. I think he was down there like that or some crap, so maybe, but it would be on the other side because that's the front. So it'd be like this somewhere in here, which I don't even know if I want to mess with the shit, you know what I mean? And this one was like this, so it was like that. That's how the shit was, so it's what it is. But yeah, we'll get her done. I think the fan shot will be fine because I'm still bolting it on the side, so I'm not worried about that shit, you know, except for the front one, you know. The bottom ones I'm not gonna do because I couldn't get them undone before, so it's what it is.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning, putting in the longboat until he's sober, putting in the longboat until he's sober, putting in the longboat until he's sober. Early in the morning.
What up? It is day, I don't know, 4 of working on this stuff. Got the radiator and everything back together. Everything's done, bolted in, fresh stuff. Corks are all poking out and whatnot, so that's good. So this is ready to go. This is ready to go back in. I'll put the front pieces on once I get it in. I don't know if I've talked about that or not. If so, I'm repeating myself. Anywho, need to get this bushing off real quick. I want to get this off and then shove it back down in the thing for when I get ready to install it. And I went up to, had to go up to Defiance Truck Sales, big shouts to them, and pick these up because the Napa didn't have the 3-inch, and since I had to cut that one, I needed a new piece. But I mean, honestly, those aren't too bad. When Otto was over yesterday, I was talking to him and showing some things and stuff like that. He said he'd leave the hoses on because some of the newer stuff just doesn't seem to hold up, and that's what I told him. You know, if it ain't broke, I'm not gonna fix it. Usually that's how I am, but you know, it's what it is. Like this guy, he's like, I wouldn't even worry about changing that because that new stuff, he said, it just expands and blows up and it just doesn't hold up. So whatever, I'm gonna leave that one in there. But I did take off all this stuff down here and kind of went through it, swapped that filter out this morning, so that's fresh. Finally got that thing off. So basically now all I got to do once I get that that bushing out, I just basically got to bring it over and try to get it up, you know. What I'll probably do, I'm not sure how much I'll shoot of this because it's just me by myself, and the battery's going to die on this here shortly, so I don't know what kind of time lapse I'd be able to do. I may be able to do something. Yesterday when I was trying to get this thing up into the back of the Cushman, which was a complete pain in the butt, I ended up taking the big yellow strap I got. I had around the front that this right here, I had it right here, hooked it up right here, and then I took the orange straps and basically put them on these on the back side, hooked them up right here on the cart, and drove forward and lifted it up. Okay, I got it to where it was up a certain height. Then I jumped into the back of the bed and I lifted it up with my hands. I just grabbed them and pulled them up, and then I end up taking you know, I climbed back over this, and with my foot I backed the cart up to where I could just keep working that to where it would go in the back and lay down, and then I was able to, you know, jack the front down and just layer down in there. So that's where we're at right now with that. So that's in. I just got to cut some hoses, and I'm going to try to figure out how I can get that thing up there, you know, because it does weigh a ton. I'm going to get this off first, that way it is off, and put that back in the truck. And then other than that, it's just the install. It's just basically hooking everything back up is where I'm at right now. The only problem is, like I said, I'm all by myself, so this could be a pain in the butt. May have to call in some backup to help me out if I can't get it up. But we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. Got 12 gallons of red coolant fresh, so I had to go get 6 more because I only had 6, and I had ended up filling up 9. The stuff wasn't too bad, but there was a little bit of, you know, it just looked like buildup and muck, kind of. You know, I don't know, like rusty colored, but it wasn't like full of crap. But when I was dumping it out of the bucket, I could see red clear, and then I could see some kind of dilution in there in a certain spot. So I thought, no, I'm not going to put that stuff back in. There's 9 of them that I filled up, so it's what it is. I'm at least going to need 9 back in there. So hopefully, you know, we get her back in and everything goes all right, and we don't have no more leaks like that, or at least we can condemn them to where it's less and or none at all, because that's what we want. That's our goal here. But it's hit or miss, whatever, you know. At least that's taken care of. But we'll see, I guess, when we cross that bridge and we start filling her up. It'll be a milestone for us. Well, we got a little bit of wind here, so you might get the, but here's where we're at so far. Back to Cushman up. Not doing any of this on a time lapse because I ain't wearing no shirt, and I don't plan on putting one on until this bitch is in, and I need to get back in the camera or something like that, you know, some bullshit. So we back to Cushman up. We were probably about right here, and I started through that yellow strap that's 333,000 pounds rated around that thing, and I just started cranking it up. Now I got the come along hooked on it too, and I was just able to back it all the way up to the tire. So I'm going to continue to crank it up just to where I can pull it up to where I can get it. Then I'm going to start maneuvering it around. Fan shroud is sitting there because once I get it up there, I can tilt it forward and throw that fan shroud down there, you know what I mean? Ain't no big deal. But I was not able to get that bushing off. So I'm hoping I can grease that spot up and it'll shove down. If not, I'm going to end up probably cutting some of this off around the edge. That way I can get it down in. I mean, it's not going to be a big deal. That the main bushing is still there. I'm just going to need to cut some of that lip off because I just, you know, it's not going to just go down in there. When I was putting it back down at one time, it kind of was sitting in there, and you know, that side was sitting up higher because that bushing wouldn't go down in there, and I can't get that thing off. I took a socket and I put over it, tried to break the bitch free, couldn't get her broke free. Took a you know, a punch and a hammer and tapped around there because there's a little metal washer kind of that wraps around that bolt there, and then the rubber's over it. I'd show you that one, but I don't think I'd get to it quick enough, but maybe I can from this side. And I'm pretty sure it's rusted on there, so it's what it is. See where that gasket's at in there? That metal thing right in there? Yeah, you can see it right in there. That's probably rusted to that bolt, and it's just not moving. You know, I tried doing everything. I even cranked the bolt all the way on there and tried to tighten it up. So basically what I need to do is just keep continuously jacking that thing up to where it'll clear the tire and it'll clear that, oh, that got a little bit of damage on it there. I was but it's got to clear that, all those bolts. So once it can clear that, I can swing it back in and then just basically drop it down. Then I can throw that shroud and stuff on, because I can lean that forward to where I can put that shroud on. I'm really not worried about it right now. It's not something that's an issue or a big deal. And then that'll be done. That'll be in. So that'll be good. I can go back to hooking everything up, then throw some coolant in there and see what happens. And I hope we don't got no more leaks, no more than what we started with at least. That's the goal, right? Oh, there you have it, folks. Look at that shit. Yeah, get out of the way, Cushman. Look at that damn shit. Radiator's in, starting to get hooked up. Use nothing but the come along and that yellow ratchet strap. That bushing was a pain in the butt. I had to get up under there, and I just couldn't get the flop down in like I would have liked to, just shove her down in. Had to take a screwdriver and shove it up in there to, you know, get it to come out to where I could get it to where the bushing, the inside was around there. And then I just used Big Chachi and the bolt and sucked it down. I did take a washer to the upper lip, so I've got fat lip, which is fantastic. Which, you know, them girls, they get that lip injection. Well, guess what, honey? Sit under a truck and work on it and let a big fat freaking washer bust your ass, and you know what I mean? You have your injected lips. So now I'm just going around basically and putting the hoses on, some of the hoses on the top, and just hooking everything up here, because I'm going to jack the cab back down because it's supposed to storm here shortly. So I want to get the cab at least back jack back down, because everything else that I'm going to need to do, I don't need it jacked all the way up. So I'll take the straps off and start jacking her back probably here in a little bit. Need to get some of the mess cleaned up outside, but I've got like things I've got to tighten that. This guy right here, this Airlines, the 9/16, I got to get him tightened. I got to get my hose clamps on there. I doubt I'm dumping any water or coolant in this bitch today, but I mean, it's in, so that's what matters. You know, it's in. It is in. It was out, it was in, ratchet straps, and it come along, that's it. So it can be done. It can be done, and everything's tied down, you know, our bar and stuff like that right up in there, right there, that bar right there. That guy, he's tight. Boom, right there, he's tight. So that bar's in and good. So everything's good. So it's a matter of just hooking stuff up and dumping water and see what happens. Didn't paint anything like I thought I was going to, but it's all good. It could get done at a later date. It's not a big deal. Like, there was some challenges trying to get around this bolt and stuff like that, and that clutch linkage rod when I was doing it, shoving her down, but I got her all by myself, no help whatsoever. Didn't call no backup or nothing. There's some grease there. I'm just gonna wipe on there. There's grease on my hand, and it's just what it is. So we're good on that. I guess the next time I'm just gonna hook stuff up. You know, if you need guidance on hooking stuff up, just unhook it and hook it back up, and that's how you do it on the show. So it's what it is, man. Rebuilt radiator back in. Hopefully she don't leak. Hopefully she don't leak. That's all there is to it. But we'll get her jacked down, start to get some things cleaned up. Like, I still got to put these bottom ones on. You know, I'll have to make a gasket for down there, because get down there real quick and show you. Hey, Virginia. Right there. That guy is a square gasket, which I don't have, not gonna get, can't get. When I called the Fort Wayne Kenworth dealership, Palmer's, they said we don't have any of those. So I was like, WTF? He said, yeah, we do a lot of radiators, but we don't ever stock this kind of stuff. And I'm like, what the hell, man? So I just used some of that tape, fab something up, squash it up in there, hope everything works out for the best, and it's what it is, which I'm sure it probably will, because the slits and stuff, it'll be in front of here before, you know, anything happens and there's any cuts. So it'll all be in front of here. That'll all be one solid piece, and then that'll all be one solid piece, and then that'll all be one solid piece. So it's what it is, and we'll get her done. Oh yeah, I'm pointing up here, and I got the camera back here on my arm because I'm getting lazy. But yeah, that'll all be one solid piece, so it'll go in front of the nut right there, just like that. And then, boom. We'll slap that one up, put that other one up. Already got the hose on the other one since I ran and got that stuff from the Defiance truck sales. But other than that, it's back in, it's cleaned, it's hopefully ready to go with new corks and stuff. So we'll see, and I guess we'll check into a pressure test if we have issues and see what's going on, and then go from there, because that's the kind of guy we are. So we're at the point now where we got everything hooked up on the top. Okay, everything's already hooked up, everything's all hooked up. Bam, 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 bam. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just jack her back down. I already cranked her a couple times, and I figured, man, might as well get you. It'll get you real quick, because basically you just jack it. Like, those are already loosening up, so I'll get up here in a second, but I figured I'd get you in on this. I'm not sure where your best angle will be to watch him go down. I guess we'll just stick you right here on this or something. I don't know. Hook you up. Okay. So we're gonna jack her down here. once this thing gets to a certain spot, it's gonna want to go like crazy, and I'm gonna have to stop it because I don't want it crushing my shifter knob and stuff like that, you know. We're just trying to get her to come back over, because what I'll do is I'll just hit once it starts coming down, I'll hit the raise so it don't catch that, and then I'll climb up there. It'll basically stop it in midair, and I'll climb up there and I'll unhook the straps and stuff, which I could probably do now if I wanted to. I just want to be able to flip this thing over, because I'm going to have to go and basically make sure my shifter is going to go in that hole, if you know what I mean. We should be getting close, I would think. Because I don't like the way, from where I'm at, I don't like the way it looks. But it's probably going to rain here. It's supposed to rain. Felt a couple raindrops. Not sure how much it's going to rain, but I know it's supposed to rain, so I figured might as well get this thing at least jacked to where my shifter and everything else ain't going to get wet, because I don't want it to. You know what I mean? And we don't need these on here no more, so get them off. Got a bunch of straps and shit to pick up. It's about centered right there. Shove her forward, not in gear, but just forward, because we don't want it to, you know, get smashed, because those are extremely hard to find. Those are extremely hard to find. Unless you got a junk truck somewhere with that stuff on there, you're probably not getting it. So, you know, man, and let's move our beer real quick, because we don't want her to get smaller. So I'm still cranking it back to lower it, but I've got my hand on the raise button, because basically if I need to hit that switch, I'm going to hit that switch, and right now it looks like it's going to hit up there, but I don't think it should be fine. Let's we'll get your eyes on it real quick from my angle, my point of view. See what I'm talking about? If you can get in there, you can get up in there. Just keep your eyes on that that shifter there. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be okay. Okay, there we just broke our point, I think. To where, yeah, that's perfect. We're good. And there we go by ourselves. Oh, we just caught. And we're going down slow. You're going down slow. Going down. Okay, now we have caught the old brace here, and obviously you can see our hook has come in, so that's good. That's good. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. We're good, and that's where we're at. So I'm talking about what I'm talking about. And feels like it stopped raining, but anything else we're gonna do, like when we do this is like the perfect height right here, just to be able to come in and buzz. We got to buzz all these out. We'll be able to just big chachi these out probably. Then we're gonna have to buzz these out, get this all broke free, got her broke free, pull this guy out because it's the air situation. And then actually what we can probably do if we want to is we can unhook this right here and unhook that one right there because it just runs to there. Unhook that right there, that guy, boom. And then we'll be able to pull it down. We'll just leave that and we'll just cut a hole. We'll just cut a new hole in the board right there, just like that. Because basically what we're gonna do is just like we did the last time. We'll use that as a template and just cut it, drill the holes out, boom, squash them in there like we need to, and I'll go from there. So pretty much just need to hook the rest of the stuff up on the bottom. Not sure how much ambition I'm gonna have to do that because I'm whooped, man. I'm whooped. I wouldn't mind throwing that up there just to see how it looks, you know. Get the top down all the way and crack it up there, see what it looks like. If it's too small, Otto wants it. Otto was over yesterday picking up the green chalk, and man, he wants that thing bad. He says, give me that thing, I'll buy it from you for 200 bucks. I said, at least let me get it mocked up on the truck, dude, tell you if I want it or not. So we'll see what's going on, but once I get everything else hooked up, get some water in this damn bitch, we'll bring you back and we'll see if I did it right or if I mucked it up, man. You don't want to muck anything up. But yeah, that's what it is for now. I'll drop it down the rest of the way and make sure the cap goes back where it needs to go. And because I mean right now that doesn't look like it's going right down there. So on to the next thing. We got to get her hooked the rest of the way up. I just got those two other lines to go to hook up, and then everything should be hooked back up, and we can boom, we can do it. We can do it. Big shouts to the real hero of this mission. The real hero of this mission is the Cushman, because there ain't no way I'm getting that radiator down and I'm getting that radiator back up without the Cushman. I mean, big shouts to the Cushman. You know what? Right there, that's the hero today. Cushman, man. That's the hero right there. Saved my ass. I was thinking about renting a piece of equipment. No, I got some jacks. We got some ratchet, boom. Come along, boom. And the Cushman. Man, that thing transport that big old heavy, that big old freaking heavy radiator all over the Cushman. Thanks to the Cushman, the dump bed, everything. So we're gonna take a victory lap in the Cushman and go hang the flag out by the road, because, well, it is July 1st and July 4th is right around the corner. So we're gonna let her fly, man. Let her fly. We don't lose her. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Chad Keegan YouTube channel, Trucking Edition Spectacular. And today we're standing in front of this beautiful piece of machinery. Would you just look at it and guess what we're gonna do? We just got done doing this radiator, pulling it and putting it back in. We're gonna dump water for the first time and see if we got any leaks and check it out. Then we're gonna fire it up and hopefully we don't have no leaks. We're gonna fire it up and turn on the heater and everything and make sure all that stuff's flowing through okay. And we don't got no issues because we don't want issues, because we need to start earning with this truck again. Before we do that, we'll have to go inside and take care of the floor because we still don't have the seats and stuff in. But today, that's what we're gonna do. And I'm so glad that you're back with me on the Chad Keegan YouTube channel, Trucking Edition Spectacular. Let's get our eyes on this thing. You know, boy, that thing was a pain in the butt. And I got a chunk of cardboard, fucking cardboard sitting under here. That way when I start dumping water and our coolant jugs, we got something to catch because we don't want no mess. So that way if I see some shit down there, I'll know where it's leaking from, you know. So it could have some drips out of the hoses and stuff where I put the new things. But you never know what's gonna happen when you're doing a job like this. So that's what's going on today. Just need to get a ladder and stuff and my little nozzle fill in. We can start dumping some coolant in there, and we'll dump a couple in. We'll listen to it drain down and we'll see where she goes. Hopefully not out of it, if you know what I mean. we've got one in, and I'm just gonna let that kind of settle a little bit before I start going crazy. I might climb up under there and just listen to the sounds of the dribble of the coolant going through the radiator, because you can hear it trickling through. Except for all these other noises out here from squirrels, birds, etc. And kind of just let that settle. I don't want to just like dump too much, you know, at once and just go crazy like, because for some reason, if there is a leak, I want to be able to take care of it. And especially on the lower end, you know, from them hoses and stuff being new. I don't know. I guess I'm getting older and I don't rush through things as much as what I used to maybe when I was younger. Sometimes you counter guess or second guess yourself and your abilities on to do things, but after this, I don't know, man, if this works. I'm talking to Kim, the wife, you know. She says, well, do you think it'll be a good night or a bad night? And I'm like, I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, you know. So we'll find out. I mean, regardless, if it's leaking somewhere that I got pulled again, I guess I got pulled again. I just woke up from like a 4-hour nap because after doing all this stuff and that yesterday, and I know I didn't record any of that stuff, and I'm sorry. So if there's anything you want to see from me doing this, I'll make sure that I shoot it the next time, because we're going to do this again on the green truck. And yes, I'll shoot that whole process too, and or bits and pieces and parts and stuff, you know, because I'm curious to get into that. It's a little bit different because it's got an intercooler, and I keep on looking back because I want to make sure there's nothing dripping, if you know what I mean. But I'm going to do that one again. So if there's anything that I missed that you actually want to see, I will make sure that that's recorded, whether it be in time lapse or anything like that. And I apologize now for anything that I didn't get to do, like yesterday, me putting that in the whole time. You know, I didn't do because it was just me. I was all alone. As soon as I got the cab down, there was a storm that rolled through about 20 minutes later. So I was quick. I was able to get the cab down, get things cleaned up, the garage closed up, and then go around the yard and pick some things up, because storm rolled through. It was super windy, rained hard, and I'm just like, man, I'm glad I had that cab down, because I wouldn't want that thing getting jerked around or anything like that. So it's what it is, but it's what we got going on right now. We got one in so far. I don't hear nothing, I don't see nothing. So we'll go back to dumping. Probably gonna take me about 6 gallons until I start noticing something anyways, because this is really not that much, I wouldn't say, because there's 9 sitting over there. So there's 9 I need to replace, if not more. Let's say at least a solid 9 though. You want the good news or you want the bad news, folks? Either way, it's news, I guess. The good news is we know how to pull a radiator and we can do it. The bad news is we've got a new undeveloped leak coming from the top of the rad that was not there before. Maybe happened when I was cleaning it. I don't know. But yeah, this rad is leaking. So it's gonna need pulled again. And I'm gonna have to order one that's actually this size because the two that are in the garage aren't this size. Those are for the E models and they're a little bit shorter. These are taller and, well, no, they're the same height. These are just a lot wider. These are 33 and something, and those other ones are like 28 and a half. But anyways, I don't know. Well, this, of course, this fucking light's dying on me. Right up in there, we've got a leak. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me spin you around. Right up in there. You can see it right there. And this fucking flashlight's dead, of course. You don't have my phone or nothing on me, but we got a leak up in here, and it's up in one of the cores. It's past the cork, so it's nothing, like the corks and everything are fine. All the corks have held up. And it's going down in that region, right down in there. Okay, it's all coming down the side because I got up in there and I could see that where it was coming down the side. Up in here, I can see all this stuff. So that's what's going on. Okay, and it didn't start leaking until we got water all the way up in the pan. That's when it started leaking finally. So I'm just gonna kind of let that shit drip and drain out and do whatever until it's you know, down, and then I'll assess the situation probably another day because it's July 2nd and on a Saturday and nobody's probably open. So if I do order anything, it's not going to get processed until the next day, the next business day, which will be Tuesday. So it's what it is, you know what I mean? I knew there was something wrong somewhere, just wasn't sure where. But now we figured it out. Otto says to me, you should have pressure tested it while it was out, man. He said, you got to plug everything up, because I talked to him earlier. He says, you got to plug everything up and then do it. And then he said it takes forever to do. And I'm like, maybe next time, huh? But yeah, we got to steady. We got to steady right out from under there. So we'll have to get a core for this one. That's what we'll have to do. So that's what it is. But like I said, we know we can pull one. The only problem is now for certain situations, the fact that we can't run this truck because of whatever's going on. And I'm not just gonna go get some additive and throw in there. I don't want to do that. But we do got two that we can throw in there. We got options for that one, so we know we can do the job, so it's not a big deal. And honestly, I'll probably be able to do the job a little bit quicker this time because I'd already done it, and it won't be as rough or hard. It'll just be boo bam, in and out. And all my hardware's on that one though, so I'll have to buy hardware from somewhere or strip this one and just junk it because, well, of course, junk anyway. So it's kindly depressing, but it's life, man. It's life. You win some, you lose some. But you live the truck another day. So we're gonna keep it at that, and we'll see what's going on next. So we're down and out, but we ain't defeated. We ain't never defeated. But we'll be back with an update. Well, she'd been dripping. And you know, I was just texting with James Purdy, and I told him we got a leaker here. And get out of the way. There you go. It's some bitch you just rolling out. And I can see back in there, it's farther back. If you move these back, it's back here. It's one of those that are going up. So there he is. Yeah, it's just what it is. This thing did not start leaking until I dumped that last gallon in there, and I got it all the way to the top. So we know the corks are good and stuff like that. And it's what it is. I'll just let it drip out into that, and I'll come and check it in the morning. And for some odd reason, if we lost all, you know, then I'll drain the rest. If we lost all the rest of the coolant, then it's what it is. But definitely not good. And I mean, I just went in and talked to the wife and stuff. And I told her, I said, well, we could get some of that added. You know, I could have, when I was cleaning them barnacles and stuff and all that crap out of there, that could have been something that was already there, because when I had picked this truck up, they had to dump 3 gallons of, they put 3 gallons of water in, then it always would lose some somewhere. You know, and it maybe it just wasn't too much to where it was so much of an issue, you know, until recent and stuff from it sitting and whatnot. And who knows, you just never know. You just never know. But I got my setup right here, so everything's kind of just going into the jug. So we'll see. We'll probably have about 1 gallon. And if that's the case, then that's exactly what it is. So we'll pinpoint that bitch. Too bad it took all that to do it, but you know, I'm not gonna complain. It's a great experience, and that's exactly what I needed to do to get back in the mood to work on the trucks and be that guy again. So it's what it is. It's just what it is.